Hello, Steve White, Steve White 89. Well, I want to talk about The Sound of Silence for a moment. Now, this film is being talked about mostly by the alt-right and also being attacked by the mainstream media because of its associations with a certain group that are anonymous who have members of the Q Continuum in them, if you know what I mean. I'm just going to call them the John D. Lancey group because I can't call them the other group of anonymous people who, associate with the Q Continuum. You know what I'm talking about, but I can't say their name because YouTube really attacks people who criticize any right-wing groups, and you will be blocked and deleted if you criticize any right-wing groups, which is really disturbing. And the censorship is really bad on YouTube. You can't mention certain things. I've had videos removed before, and I only commented on these people in the media, not actually a real criticism or anything, or just that they existed was enough to get me blocked and banned. So the right wing are going on and on about this because, it beat Indiana Jones, it beat Disney, we're winning the culture war, we're saving children. No, you're not. There was one single day, the 4th of July, the day it opened, but I think the 5th day or something, Indiana Jones has been around for a week or so now, almost 2 weeks, second weekend, but not 2 complete weeks yet. And it did 14.2 million compared to Indiana Jones's 11.6 million. So it did like 2 million more in that one day, and every other day it did less. So Indiana Jones has done 121.2 domestic, 126.7 international, 247.9 worldwide in its first week and a half. So it's done its second weekend, which wasn't big. I don't think anyone can really honestly claim it's the biggest flop in history, and all these sort of big headlines that are coming out. We don't really know where it's going to fall and how it is compared, box office compared to budget and so forth, compared to other films and so forth. It's, people are just latching onto those, for the fun of it. But the thing that really bothers me, it's so hypocritical, is that this little film is doing what these right-wing people who are supporting it have been criticizing Disney for years. They've been saying that Disney bought their own tickets and inflated their box office numbers. That's exactly what this film did. They had a campaign, a crowdfunding campaign to get this film into the cinemas for starters, because it was dropped by Disney because I guess they didn't think it'd make any money. And once the rights lapsed, another company, I think the Angel Group or someone, bought it, and then they crowdfunded to distribute it. And then they did a campaign where you could buy tickets. So people who are politically minded, who are associated with a certain, John Delancey group, are paying for these tickets, and these cinemas are sitting empty, and there are people paying for tickets for them, and the only people going are the people who are claiming these free tickets, and they're just, the cinemas look just like Captain Marvel and all these other Disney films where, apparently they were booked out, but yet they were empty. They sold out and made a lot of money, but yet there was no one sitting in the cinemas. And I've seen this myself a couple of times. And that's not good. But the idea that it's okay for The Sound of Silence to do it, but not Disney, it's just hypocritical. And just, these people... The film itself doesn't actually touch on the John D. Lancey group, but the promotion is all about the John D. Lancey group and pushing this bizarre right-wing extremist John D. Lancey group agenda that apparently, all the people in Hollywood are, a cabal of like children eating demons or something. And that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but really not by much. I can't say exactly what they're accused of doing, but it's ridiculous. And also the idea that this small community in, Hollywood could be responsible for all the trafficking and abuse around America and the world is ridiculous. It's more straight people and religious people and priests and people like that. These are the people who are doing the damage, not gay people, drag queens, not Disney, not, the Hollywood executives, and there's a few of those who've done some damage, we're not going to pretend that. But there's like, a few of them, like literally a small group of them, and, that's it. But they're trying to make this film seem as though it's a direct response to that, and it's not. And they're trying to push their political agendas onto this film. And like I said, the film itself, although it's a over-dramatic exaggeration of the real guy's life, and he admits this, so I've seen interviews where he's basically said, I'm not the hero in this film. and so forth. And he didn't do some of the things that obviously real life films are never exactly like real life films. They exaggerate to make it more, cinematic and everything. Everyone does that, so we're not going to get them on that because everyone who does a real life film does that. But yeah, so I'm just annoyed that they are being hypocrites. They are promoting buying tickets for cinemas for political reasons and then leaving the cinemas empty, which is exactly what they criticise Disney for doing, but yet they're doing the same thing and promoting it and acting like it's some sort of victory. And they are promoting the John G. Lancey group all over the place in the promotions for the film, and they're really exploiting the abuse of children for their own political agenda, and it's really disgusting. The thing they claim to be protecting and defending, they're exploiting. And it just makes me a little bit sick, and I had to say something about it. So I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I hear the film itself is fine. It's the politics attached to it that's the problem.